What is up, YouTube? We are here today, Virginia. Found my tackle. I know last video I was complaining my tackle was out of state. I was in Maryland and Virginia today. Anyway, I did my poll for YouTube. And you guys picked, you like to see video, a Texas rig and Ned rig. Nobody voted for a Carolina rig, but I got something for you guys for that anyway. So what I figured we would do today is compare the two and let them compete one themselves to see which one's better. All right, so what we did for the Texas rig was, and this was the same part where I was saying, put a little trick into it for a Carolina rig, Texas rig. Okay, we got a 7-inch trick worm. I got a bobber stop here. I can peg it if I want, or unpeg it. Slide the bullet weight down. Behind it, I got 2 bobber stops. I can slide that out. Now essentially, now I have a leader. For light cover, I wouldn't recommend this for heavy cover, but for light cover, I do have a leader now, and now I have a Carolina rig. So if I start getting hanging up in the grass a lot, and I want to get my bait up off the ground a little more, I'll go ahead and do that. Top one, pegged or not pegged. Pegged, if I'm going through heavy cover and stuff, thick stuff, I need to get my bait drop in, then obviously I'm going to peg the weight. If I'm not pegging it, I'm wide open water like this, and there really shouldn't be a whole lot of structure, I'm unpegging it, because all you're doing is essentially I want to make that weight drop down first and have this bait just kick and fall underneath of it. And when you peg it, you lose a lot of the action, some of the action. I'm not going to say a lot of it, because I know a lot of you are going to yell. Anyway, going on to our Ned rig. This is 1/10. Anyway, our Ned rig, go ahead, like that. This is just a small stick bait, y'all. So if I'm pulling on this, you can see where the keeper's at right there. If I'm pulling on this with the eyes out of it, that's what's gonna go this way when I'm pulling. So we wanna go to the lighter side, aiming that way, because I want the bait, natural baits, lighter side down, everything is darker above. We're gonna go ahead, mark this a little bit. I kind of got an idea where it's gonna go through. I wanna go nice and center. And I'm getting ready, spoiler alert, to do a video on this. It's 4 or 5 different ways to rig a Ned rig, so look out for that video, because that's gonna be pretty cool. But nice and straight. You don't want any bubbles or anything in this, any kinks. You want them nice and straight. The straighter it is, the more fish you catch. All right, guys, we're set up. Y'all answered me. I showed up. Let's see what the king of the two are. Hopefully we'll have a good day. A lot of cloud cover too, by the way. Could throw some top water in between, but I doubt it. I think I'm going to stick to what we were talking, game plan, what we were talking about. So real quick, we got the stick bait. I'm going to primarily use this for on the ground. I'll show you guys the techniques, hopefully. Let's see if we can get a good picture of this. For the Ned rig, you're going to want 4 to 8 pound tests, somewhere around that range. I believe I have 8 on it now. It should be Sunline Super Fluorocarbon. That's what I have on this, if I recall right. Good thing was Zman, this is made of Lastec. Look how stretched it can, y'all. I mean, it can take some abuse, and you do want to stretch this a little bit just to get it workable. But anyway, when I'm fishing from the bottom, we're going to go ahead and do that. Use the stick bait. When we are fishing off the ground, I'm going to swim it some maybe later, or wherever I feel it needs to be. It's a Lastec too, another Z-Man. It's got a little bit more tentacles and stuff on the back. This will help put a little action into it. Got in like a minnow color, dark and chartreuse on the bottom of this. What I'm going to do for the Ned rig is I'm keeping my rod up tip, probably 45. You're going to have a little bit of slack line, but not too much. All I'm going to do is just lift this about 1 foot and bring it back down and let the bait lift up and come to me. As you can see, it's starting to grab some grass already, which is fine, but if it starts getting too bad, that's when I'm gonna swap over to making it a Carolina rig, so the weight can take all the grass, and then this will just stay floating in the air. For right now, we're gonna leave it. Ah. Something just wrecked us. Look at that, guys. That's what did it. There we go. Guys, they want the big worm. I don't know what team you're on, but we voted for Texas rig. You know, I'm modifying it a little. That's what they're eating.